All right, shalom.
Shalom.
First of all, I'm going to say
Kal Hala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect, pushing this word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This is going to be a quick video, just going into that Renaissance Christianity, talking about the hell fable, and fable because it's not true. Right? Hell is a state of mind, a state of being, not a place where you go and burn forever while you're being tortured by demons and Satan himself.
Yeah, with a pitchfork.
With a pitchfork, exactly. You know, all that is a lack of studying. That's how you know who's studying and who's not. You got people who claim to be men of the Lord, and they are preaching about hell being a place where you burn forever. You know, showing you that they lack understanding of the scriptures, and the Most High is not dealing with them. Because when you look up words, you find the truth. That's really how it works. Esau has used English or language in general, specifically the English language, to hide and bury the truth. And because the majority of Jake, being 2/3, is lazy, they're not going to search out for the truth. Right? So we're going to go into Matthew 5:22, and we're going to read that scripture, and then the brother's going to look up the word.
Matthew 5:22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire.
Hellfire, right? Hellfire. Now, you want to get that in blue letter? We're going to look up the word hellfire. And we're going to go into, we'll just do like 3 scriptures, because, the point will be made by then. Proving that, the hell that you read there, it's not talking about a place where you go burn forever. Okay? To fully understand the scriptures, you can't just read it. First of all, you can't just read it from front to back. And you can't just read it for verbatim. Okay, there's literal meanings, and there's parabolical meanings. You got the word hell in there?
Yep.
And on top of that, you have to look up the words in the original language that the Bible is written in. We all know the Bible was written for the Hebrew Israelites, and right, the Jews, and the rest of the nations of Israel. Well, what language did they speak? They spoke Hebrew. Right? So to fully get the understanding of the Bible, you would have to look up these words in Hebrew. Now, go ahead and play it loud so they can hear.
Strong's G 1067. Gehenna.
Okay, so read up the definitions.
So Gehenna. Hell is a place of the future punishment called Gehenna, or Gehenna of fire. This was originally the valley of Hinnom, south of Jerusalem, where the filth and dead animals of the city were cast out and burned.
So this is legit. I looked it up. You go read that one more time.
Hell is the place of the future punishment called Gehenna, or Gehenna of fire. This was originally the valley of Hinnom.
Look up the valley of Hinnom and go look at that, and you see a big valley. Go ahead.
South of Jerusalem,
right,
where the filth and dead animals of the city were cast out and burned.
So back in the day, when you had filth and dead animals, they were tossed in the valley and burnt up. You see, when you look up words, you get the actual understanding. What do we do today with our dump? Do we not dig ditches and burn it up? Yeah. It's the exact same thing. You see how simple that is, but how much that goes over people's head?
It's funny, you can even say that the Great Babylon is a ditch because of filth, dead
100%.
animals. It's about to be burned up very, very soon.
Yeah, 100%.
Very, very soon.
Those animals being comprised of Jake, too.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, because they're not going off the laws, statutes, and commandments. So they're animals. They're just going based off they're going based on everything, their emotions, whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing's stopping them.
Yeah.
Right?
What else did it say?
It also says a fit symbol of the wicked and their future destruction.
Babylon.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, now go to Matthew 5 and 29. Right? Because this is just one scripture, right? It still does talk about hell. This is one scripture, okay? So let's go Matthew 5 and 29, and then just read that.
Okay. So Matthew 5 and 29. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish,
Yeah.
and not that thy whole body shall be cast into hell.
I was talking about earlier, reading scriptures parabolic and reading them straightforward. This is parabolic. Read that one more time.
And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out.
What the hell? You're going to actually pluck out your right eye? Right? Because technically, our eyes offend us every day.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
Our eyes offend us every day. So, you know, we commit adultery just by looking at another woman, not knowing whether she has a man or not. We still commit adultery. So, should we all walk around blind here with no eyes? Empty sockets? Well, we should, right? 'Cause that's what the scriptures say.
Yeah, if you're reading it straightforward.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to read it straightforward, then we should do that.
Yeah.
But obviously, go ahead, keep going again.
And cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish.
So this can go into many avenues. One, if you're in a camp and you got one brother who's basically going off, well, you're to deal with that brother in a council with the brotherhood and the Most High. And if it continues, well, you have to cut it off. The scriptures say cut him off. The scriptures say that
or even pluck him out.
or pluck him out. What does it say again? Read that again.
The whole thing.
No.
Okay, so and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish.
Instead of the whole body is what they say, right?
Exactly.
One
Only one of my members.
Okay, one of your members is to perish instead of the whole body. You know, that makes sense. So if you're doing something, so that's one side how you can apply that scripture. You can apply it to a camp, you know, right? Or even just in a carnal sense, when you're on a team.
Exactly.
Right? And you
Cats are on the team.
Exactly.
You cut it out.
Exactly. Right? It's better to cut him out than to let the whole team lose with him. Right? So in that's one example. Another one is for yourself. Right? If you're doing something that's against the scriptures, cut it off. Whatever that thing is. If it be a woman, if your woman, okay, that's with you when you're in this truth, is making you go off, or is having you seem to go off more when you're with her, you gotta cut her off.
Yeah.
Right? It's better for her to leave you than for both of you to be destroyed. Right? So there's many ways you can apply the scripture. Now, finish the scripture. I'm gonna look up the word hell in there.
I'll start from the beginning. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
That whole body should be cast into hell. Cast into hell. So now we're talking about a place called hell, right? Now look up that word hell and see what it gives us.
Read it. Play it.
Yeah, play it.
Same.
Strong's G 1067. Gehenna. Gehenna.
That's the same word, right? And definition, read it again.
Hell is the place of the future punishment called Gehenna, or Gehenna of fire. This was originally the valley of Hinnom, south of Jerusalem, where the filth and dead animals of the city were cast out and burned.
Okay. So it's even more parabolic now with the word hell. Now they've got the proper definition of the word hell, right? A valley where you cast out your dump and the dead animals, right? And you burn the dump and the dead animals away. Now, read that scripture one more time over.
And if thy right eye offend thee,
Mm-hmm.
pluck it out,
Mm-hmm.
and cast it from thee.
Mm-hmm.
For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish,
Mm-hmm.
and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
So parabolically, if your arm is going off, well, cut off that arm and toss in that valley that, where dead animals and the rest of the filth in Jerusalem goes, and let that burn instead of the whole body. So that's it on that scripture. Now get Revelations 20 and 14. And this scripture alone, can destroy the hell fable, so-called.
Revelations 20 and 14.
Yeah.
And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire.
So death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. So if hell is a place where we all go burn forever, how the heck did the Most High take hell from beneath and cast it into the lake of fire, which is above? And he cast death in there too. It's parabolic, man. The death that it's talking about is us going off, because the only reason why, as a nation of Israel, why we die is because we go off, because we went off, going back to Adam and Eve. We disobeyed. The lake of fire is America being shot at with missiles. It's gonna look when John was reading or was watching the vision. He saw an actual lake of fire, but it was America, right? And it said death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. Basically, that valley, right? That valley was funny because America is a valley, which means low land, right? But that valley that we read about earlier, the definition of the word hell back in Matthew's, where you cast dead animals and basically the filth of the land into, and you burn it up. Well, that's going to be America for the world. All the dead animals and the filth of the world are going to be cast into America, and it's going to be burnt up with missiles, lake of fire. So it's at the end of the day, the Most High has to be dealing with you to break down these scriptures, and you have to be taught from the right person. But when you break down these scriptures, or when you look up words, it clarifies everything for you. And people don't do that because they're lazy. That's just what it comes
Pure
down
laziness.
to. Back in the day, the apostles, the apostles, the disciples, the men of the Lord back then, they had to travel. They would get the manuscripts, read them, and they would have to walk miles to get the understanding of it, or wait days, weeks, for it to come by transport. Now we have everything by a click of your finger, and you still got Jake too lazy to look up words. All you gotta do is tap things with your finger, and that's too much for Jake. So, anyways, that's it on that. The point's been made. Basically, look up your words, man. And so with that, we're gonna close up. We're gonna say Kal Hala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rekakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and salutations to the elect, pushing His word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Destined destruction to His wicked kingdom, 2/3 of Israel, and Esau as well. Shalom.
Shalom.